Well, we know CM Punk can't fight. We've seen that. Oh, you kind of.
I couldn't get. I can't. I gotta get the pinky out.
Spider-Man, you know.
Yeah. I got pretty close.
It's there. Hey, this is HCW Heat, broadcasted on your street, presented by Off the Rope.
There goes the neighborhood.
That's what I like. You see, Ronnie, you see how quick that was? That's what happened. That's what happens when your flights get canceled. Someone just comes in and they take your spot, man.
Usually the editor.
Yeah, you know. So this is a different episode than what we had planned. Kinda. It's just a different person in this chair.
You know what's so funny is when we started about doing this, I knew like, after a few years, like I'll probably be on a decent bit of episodes on the main chair. Not a decent bit on like the first 12.
Yeah.
Like I didn't think that was gonna happen.
We already have to move so we could get proper miking.
But you know, it happens.
Yeah.
Ron's flight got delayed.
He's a busy guy. I'm surprised he was even able to join HCW in the first place.
I honestly, it was one of those like, I forgot he was out of town this weekend.
Yeah.
And you know, it happens.
I felt it coming. I was like, that flight's probably gonna get delayed for some odd reason.
And you know,
it's the perfect week for it to happen. It's kind of like in the middle of everything.
I thought it was funny that it didn't happen during the snowstorm.
Yeah.
And it happened now.
Right.
And I don't know what's happening over in Florida right now, but I'm
Airport
sure
could be a mess over
yeah,
there.
It could.
All the Disney geeks.
Yeah.
You know, would be us if we had money.
Right.
We're just back and forth.
But we still got a loaded episode for you this week. Mm-hmm. We got, let's see, should we jump into the recap of wrestling from the past week?
This week in WWE, man, how much of Raw did you watch in SmackDown?
I saw some clips of SmackDown.
Okay.
I went to bed early last night, so I did not see any of Raw.
You made the right choice. Because rest is more important than wrestling.
Yeah.
You see what I did?
Yeah.
So I didn't watch SmackDown at all. I missed it. I was working, and then I told myself, I'm like, I'm gonna catch up. Nah, I was just hanging out with my kids. So y'all forgive me, because I don't even know what was happening on SmackDown.
What's funny, I think this is the first week I watched most of AEW's programming this past week.
Oh, yeah. How was it? Was it good?
It's a good week. I haven't finished Grand Slam yet. I might throw that on when I start editing. I watched about half the show. That was a great show. You should definitely check it out.
The most that I heard was the crowd was white hot, and that was your quote.
Yes, it was like just at the start of the show. It was white hot.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be pretty excited if I lived on the bottom of the earth and never got any wrestling.
Yeah, you only get one show a year maybe from each promotion.
Honestly, that's the way to go. They can't really milk you dry like that. And they watch on Netflix.
Yeah.
For everything else for WWE. And then what's their TV rights deal for AEW down there? Is it still like
probably
HBO Max?
I think HBO Max is down there. Plus, like I think Sky Sports is down there.
Yeah.
So it'd probably be one of those contracts as well.
Yeah. So it's probably much cheaper to be a wrestling fan in Australia than it is in the US.
You don't have 8,000 streaming services to subscribe through. You just have 2.
That actually sounds kind of nice. I'm not gonna lie. But moving forward, let's see. Dude, did you see the human-sized box?
Yeah, we were just talking about this before we went on, and I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, so when Adam Pearce was backstage talking to some folks, there was a box that showed up, and like it was probably the size of the Big Show, just for reference.
That's a big box,
and it was rectangular, and it was deep enough to fit a human, and the box said, "Do not open until 2/28 of 2026." And Pierce is like, 220. He's like, that's the chamber. And he's like, hey man, put this back on the truck and send it to SmackDown. Let that be all this is problem. And I'm just like sitting here and I'm like, oh my God, wait. Why am I so intrigued by this box? Who's in the box? Is this the gobbledygooker?
That's what I think. This is a real fun way for a really underwhelming debut.
Some people think it's Jericho.
So that was my first thought. Is that's a very Jericho idea.
You know what?
And the opposite of the countdown is Jericho, I love the idea that AEW UPS shipped Jericho just to the other promotion. He's your problem now.
Oh my god! And then now it's Aldis's problem completely.
Yeah, and then it's to the. It would be funny if it's Jericho because then this meta narrative like no one wants you anymore.
Pierce is like, I'm good. They got it. if Aldis sends it to NXT next week,
yeah, I'll
really pop for that.
NXT then ships it to Evolve.
Who's under Evolve?
WWE.
Does FCW still exist? I think the ID program got like dissolved already.
They're gonna bring FCW back just to slight this man.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I mean, because I think Jericho's tour's up.
Yeah.
Like end of this month, around when Chamber is. So I think because like that's where everyone's immediate thoughts are, because it's like when's Chris Jericho Day? Like everyone knows his contract's up.
Yeah.
Even though like yes, he's still listed on the AEW website. So
he's like 55.
And it's just I don't understand this fascination of wanting Chris Jericho in WWE in 2026.
He's wrestlers can go for a many amount of years, but like
Jericho,
this is a senior citizen.
But and also like none of what we've seen of him over the past 5 years has like convinced me he should be anywhere right now. Like there's a reason why he was starting to get rejected by the AEW audience. Yeah. Because he had nothing left.
Yeah. I mean, like, I can only see him as a tag team guy. Right.
Or like a manager. But it's just like who's gonna benefit from it?
Yeah, I don't see.
Because is he gonna benefit? He's not gonna benefit from it.
No.
And even like the only thing you're gonna get is you theoretically give Gunther another stone to but it's just like, but even then it's just like we don't need that one. Like it's to pad your numbers at that point.
Is the box WrestleMania's Gunther's WrestleMania opponent?
That could be interesting.
Because Gunther lost the triple threat last night to go to the Elimination Chamber. Mm-hmm. Javon Evans won, thank God.
He's gonna be great in that match.
Yes,
that's what I haven't seen much of him, but everything I've seen and him in like a chamber,
he's bouncy.
That's a good call.
Yeah. So
have we gotten that far into what the chamber lineup looks like for the men's
now? Side? And forgive me because my memory can be foggy at this time of the morning. It's 8:39. I know Randy's in there.
Okay.
Javon Evans is in there. That's terrible.
Yeah. I mean, we're still a few weeks out.
There's so like 4 people in there, and I don't remember the other 2. Somebody from the Vision, probably.
Oba Fett would be great for that match.
He's still got to sign his contract. He's like going back and forth, and there's just like
he's a freelancer. They haven't signed.
Yeah, Rusev got up in his chest last night with a mean face, and in my head I'm like, this makes no sense. Because like Rusev is a loser, so like how you gonna be losing and then come mean facing somebody that does nothing but win? Like he just beat a tag team that's combined weight is over like 600 pounds.
If this were 2015 Rusev, I think you'd have an angle.
Pre-John Cena lost Rusev.
Yeah, I was gonna say February 2015.
Long hair Rusev. Because that's ridiculous. You got to do something a little bit more intriguing. Like, Rusev could at least say, hey, get to the back of the line or something.
Yeah.
Because him just coming up at me,
a guy
just scowling as Oba walks away. I'm just like, what? Okay, there was a lot of like Vince level cheesiness in this episode from with the box, with that, and maybe he was in the text thread last night or something, just helping write the show, because we haven't confirmed he does watch the show.
Yeah.
After that, was that TMZ or who interviewed him about for a Hogan documentary, and he was like, oh, like Triple H just kind of just brought him out there, and I thought they should have did something more like grandiose for him. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh, so you are watching the product, week in and week out. So you just sit on the couch like us, and just
or at least someone's telling him highlights every week.
No, I think he turns it on.
He probably does.
Yeah, in his home gym while he cranks one out. Yeah. Oh, but real quick though, back to the box. I really hope, and it's no offense to whoever's in the box. Like, if it was your idea, great. I hope to God that it botches when this box opens and you fall out like the Shockmaster. just
Unless
give
you're
me that,
someone
please.
really cool, then and here's our marker. We're sorry in advance.
You can still recover from
You
that.
can recover.
But at least you'll be on like Fox News for like a really terrible debut, you know? Because
TMZ Sports will cover you.
yeah, they'd be like, oh my God, this is like the Shockmaster all over again. Okay, speaking of terrible debuts, I know I'm just jumping back and forth,
Yeah.
but my mind is hot on this right now. I couldn't remember who all's in the chamber, but I can remember.
You can remember random
remember
wrestler
this.
from 1996.
Yeah, I can remember some stuff from '96. Yeah, Pillman's got a gun. Was that '97?
It was around there.
I think his contract was because he died in '97.
Oh yeah, 96.
Well,
He may have been hot
passed
potato in
away.
90. Yeah, regardless.
Yeah. Wait, what did I just?
You
Oh,
were.
it was there and then I lost it. Oh my God.
We're talking about debuts, and then we were talking about 96.
Yes.
and
Okay.
then-
It's right here. Where the hell is Powerhouse Hobbs?
Where?
It's been how many? It's been what, two
It's been
and a
3
half?
weeks since Rumble.
That was the 31st. It's the 17th. So this man, Royce Keys, shows up in the Royal Rumble.
And not only that, to a lukewarm crowd response.
Well, that's because they didn't know who he was.
Yeah, exactly. But like,
And Cole, yeah,
at least Cole knew who he was.
like Michael Cole.
And that's
bro.
the thing is they probably should have
Relax.
debuted. They probably should have debuted him in like the Chicago crowd at Chamber because
Yeah.
they would have popped.
Yeah, somewhere where there's people that know who he is.
But now regardless, like we're past that. You can still recover that and put him with like the crowd that would at least know of him.
You telling me?
And
that-
also, you can't find a spot for him.
that's what I'm saying, man.
Because also, this is a guy like up to the end of his AEW contract
Yeah.
had a belt on,
Yeah.
like it was like the trios championship, but it's still like this is a man who
it's a title.
had a title and like had several titles in AEW and was in the main event scene and was carrying really good matches.
So
And also is friends with a lot of the guys on the main roster, like Punk and Cody, and it's just like you can't put him in like the chamber match.
So we're gonna bring you in, and I gotta figure out what we're gonna do with you, and you can't really keep the name Powerhouse, so we can come up with some stuff for you, get a little help from you. It's a little shaky today, but I'm gonna figure out a way to use you. I'm gonna debut you at the Rumble, so you're gonna have to fly to Saudi. And what's Royce Keys' voice sound like? Hey, bro. So like, but what after that?
That's pretty close.
Is it really? So what we finna do after that though? Like, we're gonna figure it out. I'm gonna let Road Dogg figure that one out for you. Cause just hang tight. Catering's real good. Yeah, we're just glad to have you on the roster.
Just Hunter, put him on one of the 2 shows, and I'll watch it every week.
3.
Yeah, 3.
Put him on Evolve. Just let him
pick.
just
You
let him
have
just wreck people.
but like you have like 4 shows a week.
Yeah.
Pick one, put him on there. Like him and like it's crazy because Hobbs and Ricky had a really good program in AEW. You have both of those men under contract right now. Do something.
Historically, has Vince ever had that kind of issue? Like, did Vince ever debut someone that came over from like WCW or anything, and then it took him? He debuted them once, and then it took him literally like weeks to put him back on TV again. I feel like Vince was a little bit more.
No,
useful
he
with
had a
people.
separate problem of shaming people but I think he was at least good at, as long as you had talent in general, he'd find use for you.
Yeah,
Like
and Vince had less
you know,
shows.
and like AJ Styles, because AJ Styles is so good, it doesn't matter about the rivalry at that
Yeah.
point. Like he's just good and you need to use him.
Yeah,
It's not like a Christian situation where like Vince just doesn't like the guy.
Yeah.
And we'll just put him in spots to devalue him.
Yeah.
And like I feel like someone like Hobbs, like
No, Vince would
that's
have been
someone
into
like it's a big jacked dude.
Yeah.
Like even Vince found use for Big E later when he in single stuff.
Yeah, I think Vince started really coming around to getting use out of his black wrestlers towards the end of his tenure.
And what's crazy too is you have a void filled because also I don't know if you saw Big E officially announced his retirement like a week or two ago. You have a Big E sized void now of big jacked black man who's super athletic.
Yeah.
Now you have signed Powerhouse Hobbs.
Yeah.
That fills your your void now, and you're not utilizing it.
And you know, like in writing, in kayfabe, something that's easy to do story-wise is that you had Obafemi coming in to the main roster, and you know, like the level of his glory that's just, you know, that he's walking, the amount of aura that's there, you could have him seeing the sign of a Royce Keys and feeling like, oh, like, bro, why you stealing my thunder? And you literally could take the angle like, you know, I am the big new dominant guy. If they had the balls, they could pull the race card and be like, look, I'm the new black dominant guy on the scene.
There's no room, there's no spot for you. You get out of, and you could immediately make a feud out of these
immediately
two.
instead of walking Rusev and having Rusev look nonverbal.
Because like if it was Royce walking up in that angle, it's like, oh, okay,
that makes a lot of sense.
You have some because these are both new guys, these are both young guys.
And you got 14 WrestleMania matches. 14 WrestleMania matches.
And you haven't finalized the card yet, as we've been hearing.
You can't tell me that new blood versus new blood isn't good. Somebody gotta lose. We get it. But that's okay. Like, I don't think too many people expect Royce Keys to be the world champion, and that's no slight to Hobbs. Like,
at least not at this point. It's different. Like
he could take a loss to Oba at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's
come on, like seriously. And then you putting something that's attractive to a certain demographic of your audience on the screen as well, because now you got, I don't know how many singles black on black singles matches that we've had in WrestleMania history outside of Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair and Naomi versus was it Jade that Naomi faced last year at WrestleMania.
I genuinely think those are the only two.
See, that's bad.
'Cause I can't think of a single men's matchup.
Yeah, and I'm just like, we quick to bring out you know, Hispanic guys and things like that, and we're good to execute on that, right? You'll have a luchador face a luchador, or you'll have Legado del Fantasma face LWO all day a couple years ago, but like, what about a black on black singles match? You know, because you have Michael Cole at your arsenal. He loves stuff like that. He's really good at making that feel magical, talking it up.
And not only that, it's two guys where even just looking at him, you're like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like they're just, this is to borrow a phrase, this is two meaty men slapping meat.
Yeah. Big meaty men.
Yeah. Big.
With big chests and big muscles, bumping meat. Like, it's literally what wrestling fans love.
What's crazy too, I think it was Hobbs and Rusev in AEW when they wrestled, and the crowd just started chanting meat.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was the match.
Yeah.
That would happen at WrestleMania. You would have 70,000 people chanting meat.
And if you really wanted to have Rusev have him do something,
add him in there too, fine.
Just have him just be annoying to the point where they like, you know, we want to whoop you too. Pierce, can you put him in this match? And then you got a triple threat. But like, seriously, you could literally work them together. They have the stories right there. They both debuted at the Rumble in Saudi Arabia. So you could really run it. Like I said, you got 14 WrestleMania matches. We know one's going to be on the women's tag titles, and it's going to end up being probably Brie and Nikki, unfortunately, because that women's division is so loaded. There's no need for the Bella Twins And it's no offense. Like, I really loved seeing them in the Rumble, but that's enough. It's literally enough. There's nothing else needed. They don't have the same level of in-ring talent as literally most of the other girls on the roster.
Well, especially since they're, we talked about it last week. They're in the nostalgia act of their career now.
And that's fine. We just don't need that at WrestleMania.
But also, it's just like you only have so much mileage out of that.
Yeah.
And you're already kind of burning the mileage with what they've already done.
Yeah.
And like, this is really the last bit you're gonna get out of it is them tag team and now because I get the idea of we're taking the older women's talent from the era that didn't get much
And that's
TV
terrible
time.
that we're calling them older.
I know because they're
not
like 30.
even 40.
They're not even 40.
I don't think they're 40.
They're not
like late 30s.
Yeah, but they're not. They're not, especially when you compare it to like the median age of the men's roster. They're still young.
Yeah.
But they're from the Divas era of women's wrestling, who didn't get a lot of TV time, didn't get a lot of opportunities. Like, everything was just 2-minute segments of nothingness.
Yeah. Shout out AJ Lee for that.
Yeah, but you're taking the two that are probably the most beloved out of that era, besides AJ, who was probably the most beloved.
I think if Caitlyn showed up, people would.
I would pop.
I think
so hard.
I think people would actually like lose their minds if Caitlyn ever showed up again.
Because
I would.
That Caitlyn AJ feud.
Oh my God, with Big E in the middle. Oh my God, with the flowers. You remember that? It was like June of 2013.
I do remember that.
Oh my God, dude. There was. Oh my God, they were so good.
But
talk about underrated storyline. We need to do a series on like underrated early 2010s storylines that people forgot about.
All the stuff that we just watched every week.
Yeah.
But like the Bellas, like it makes sense because they're the ones, they had the reality TV show and they have the most mainstream appeal because you had a whole audience of people who didn't watch wrestling but watched them on their TV show.
And you had a whole lot of girls that watched that show and then they became wrestling fans because of it.
So like I get it, but they're running out of mileage and I just don't know what's left you can get out of it besides them potentially winning the tag titles. But then you officially, I think you've hit your ceiling on what they can do.
Okay, I think the best and right way to do this is like if they do face Rio at WrestleMania, they should absolutely win. And I know that might sound really nuts, but like the Bellas beating Rhea and Io at WrestleMania causes the rift that would lead to Rhea versus Io at the next WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Like that's the only way that I see something like that
you can
making
get something
any sense.
out,
Yeah. Because wrestling is all about driving a story. So the question is like, how do we drive a story? That's always the question that Triple H is asking. Apparently, it's like, or they are asking when they're writing. It's like, okay, but what happens next, right? So like, you have that match at WrestleMania. Well, what happens next? Sensible is Rhea Io lose their titles.
And that causes the rift in between.
They lose their minds over the next couple of months because they lost to the goddamn Bella twins.
Yeah.
The washed up Bella twins.
And also, WWE loves breaking up tag teams.
Yeah. And that division's stacked. Like, some of those teams do need to be broken up. That division's incredible.
No, for sure.
Like, it's... I was watching last night and I was like, geez, man, like this tag division is probably the best thing they have going right now, which is nuts. It feels like the women's tag titles, because of who's wearing them, because the woman makes the title, not the reverse. It feels like those women's titles are the title of the women's division, not the women's championship, not the women's world championship. It's the tag titles that feel like the pinnacle of the women's division right now. And that, I mean, to credit WWE's, whoever is heading up that, Ryan, I don't know who's doing it, but that's really good. There's a couple things that I want to get into before we move on to the blind ranking segments. The vision. So a lot of people have said it. And I'm going to say this. a lot of people have said, "Oh, the Vision's just been so underwhelming, and they should like get rid of the Vision." I disagree. I kind of really enjoy the Vision. The more and I know me saying this might, but the more I see Logan Paul on my TV screen, the more I like him as a rep. Like he's so good, and he's so entertaining. Like honest, like really, he's really good. And I love that he disagreed with his brother. Yeah. So
I think I will give them credit on this, where I think WWE fully realizes how to use Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Logan Paul is a guy he's kind of a perfect heel in the sense that the audience really likes seeing him get punched in the face.
Yeah.
So to constantly have on your TV screen to remind you that, like, hey, in a month he's gonna get punched in the face.
Yeah. That's what wrestling's all
that's
about.
that's what wrestling's all about. So
Yeah.
I'll give them that credit.
And I like, and you know, let me give a little.
Oh, what else we got? That's on the list.
Dude, the Usos are still coming out to Jay's theme song.
It's.
I'm sick, and it's funny because like the show opened and they were back, then I'm like, they were, you know, in the concessions area getting ready to come through the crowd, and I'm like, wait, are they gonna come out to the old song? And then all I heard, main event, Jay Uso's down with yo, sit down. I'm like, but what about Jimmy, dog? I can't go down this rabbit hole again. Y'all know how I feel.
Also, it's crazy
about
that
this.
after the last time we talked about this,
Yeah. It's been what, a month?
it's been a month, but also, are they just still doing the exact same spot?
Yeah.
Just a month? Like, has nothing changed
Nothing's
since I
changed.
watched that one episode of Raw?
Nothing's changed. And it's funny because they came out and then they looked like freaking geeks because immediately before they even get to yeeting, Paul Heyman comes up, ladies and gentlemen. And, you know, Logan Paul and the Vision, they all come out. And actually, Logan Paul hit everybody with a ladies and gentlemen, my name is Logan Paul. And I was like,
That's good.
keep doing that. You might want to keep doing that. That might be something. I felt something when he said.
Also,
"Ladies
it's a
and
great.
gentlemen, my name is
It's a
Logan
great way to
Paul."
weaponize the crowd, because the crowd loves being a part,
Yeah.
participating in
Yeah.
the thing, and Paul just can't get them to stop doing it because
Yeah.
everyone loves Paul.
There was just
how do
something
you get
there.
the crowd to stop doing it? Get Logan Paul to start doing
Yeah,
it.
there was something there, and I don't know if anybody else noticed it, but I noticed. But I always sit there looking at little things like that, and I was like,
that's
"There's a T-shirt.
yeah.
There's a whole lot that you can do."
No,
right
that's
there.
a very smart idea. You know what's not a smart idea? Constantly having the Usos coming out to Jey Uso's theme
Well, they
song.
were standing there looking like geeks because they cut the music off, right? So then you get this whole promo from the Vision, and then Pierce comes out, and Pierce is talking, and then LA Knight comes out, and then you forget the Usos were even standing there. And then so LA Knight and the Vision, they're all mad at each other, and then Pierce is like, well, the Usos are up there, and then I'm like, well, crap, I haven't seen them in 5 minutes. And they're just standing there in the crowd looking like
no
geeks.
one's yeeted in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I forgot you were there.
And so then they run, and it actually was hilarious. So they, you know, Pierce sets up a 6-man tag with the Vision versus LA Knight and the Usos. So then, you know, it's like, oh yeah, okay, well the Usos are up there, and they turn around to the camera, and Jay's like, and then they just hit the music and just come down. And I was just like, you know, it was bad, and then I forgot they were there, and then it was freaking funny. So I went through like all stages.
I think you just described the
confusion
entire
right there.
Usos career. It's
Well,
bad.
bad. Well, hold on. Whoa.
That early stuff was not that good.
We love the Usos.
I enjoy the Usos. Love's a strong commitment.
That's crazy.
I think it's so much of Jey Uso's main event push has kind of just ruined the Usos for me.
Well, it's like he got worse at wrestling after he won the Rumble.
Yeah, but genuinely, like, it just that ruined my perception.
I feel that. Last thing
Yeah, we got no more,
on this segment. There's something very important. Did you hear about this quote unquote meeting that they had over WrestleMania ticket sales? And then the next day, tickets went on sale for 25% off until I think last night. Did you hear about this?
I did hear about this.
I got a lot to say about this.
Well, it's crazy too. I also, because I remember I text the group chat about
Yeah.
the SmackDown, because SmackDown is going to be in St. Louis in about a month.
Yeah.
And I think the sale is still going on probably until this episode airs. They're doing buy one get one like Valentine's Day specials for SmackDown tickets. So it sounds like just across the board they're having a harder time moving ticket sales this WrestleMania season,
Yeah.
which is what we've been talking about on the podcast since day one. It was just how bad these ticket prices are getting.
Put that head over there on that chair.
Yeah, I'll
You know I got something to say. So, you had an emergency meeting because your ticket sales are bad. And guess what? They're probably sitting there, oh, we need to blow up the card. Triple H, what are you doing? And I'm going to make some excuses for Triple H real quick. I'm going to make some very valid excuses for Triple H. Injuries. You've had some injuries, throw some wrenches in there, right? My other excuse is, didn't stop Vince from selling 100,000 tickets in Dallas, did it? So the point that I'm getting at now, there are two issues here that led to ticket sales being bad. It wasn't injuries and it wasn't writing. Because in 2016, those two things were both terrible, and Vince sold 100,000 tickets. Price, which they don't want to admit, but they had to because they put them on sale for 25% off. Prices are, no, it's bad too. People don't want to go to Vegas because Vegas is expensive. How much is an Uber on this trip to Las Vegas? How much is a hotel in Las Vegas? How much does it cost you to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner in Las Vegas? Flying to Las Vegas is the easy part. Staying and eating, it's not easy in Las Vegas. You're looking at, if I price it out, I'm looking at $2,000 already just staying and eating for 4 days, right? You know, the tourism.
That's before you add everything else that you could to just do stuff down there.
The next thing, unfortunately, and something that TKO is delusional to, our current government leadership makes people feel not welcome. Guess what country that people don't want to travel to right now, especially not to go to a sporting event or a wrestling show? We might struggle to get people to come to the World Cup. It's not Triple H's fault. It's not writing's fault. There's a whole lot of circumstances that are in this boiling pot right now. Now, do I think that at the end of the day, by the time we get to WrestleMania Saturday and WrestleMania Sunday, those seats will be filled out? Yeah. They're 18% behind what they were last year?
Yeah.
I think by the time you get there, the tickets will sell because you're going to keep lowering the prices on them. You're not just going to come out right say, yeah, we priced this too expensively in an already ungodly expensive city to visit, where everything you do costs money. It costs you money to breathe in Las Vegas. You walk outside, it's $50 in Las Vegas. And that's not good. And now my final thing, and I know Justin's been waiting on this. That's what you freaking get. Because if you was going to stay in New Orleans, I don't think you'd be having this problem right now. Because one, you wouldn't have been able to make the tickets this expensive because you already know people in the South ain't going to pay that kind of money to go to a wrestling show. And New Orleans is not a super expensive city, and it's a destination city, and there's no back-to-back years of going to the same city leading to fatigue. You got people, you got people on there spent $10,000 to go last year, but you know why they're not going this year? Not because they don't have the $10,000 to go this year, because it's in Vegas again, and they're just not interested in that. So this all goes back to what they said, or what was reported, and them saying, well, we're gonna go back and we're gonna gauge how the fans react to it. Well, you're seeing how the fans are reacting to it.
They're not buying tickets.
They ain't really buying tickets, and so that leads me to think that one of my big predictions for WWE in 2026 is not actually gonna happen, and I do think that going forward, unless they're absolutely nuts, I think going forward they're gonna end up just going city to city to WrestleMania to the highest bidder in order to keep interest, because you can't keep any interest going to the same city over and over again. Wrestling fans do not work like that.
Well, also, it's funny. Las Vegas is the perfect example. I'll give you your hat back.
I can put the hat back on.
Las Vegas is a perfect example because, as you remember from the first show, AEW used to run Double or Nothing like every year in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And then after like 4 or 5 years, like the crowd wasn't as hot.
Yeah.
It was getting kind of harder to fill the building, and they started moving Double or Nothing to different cities, and then it immediately changed.
Yeah.
Because and it had I understood AEW's perspective. This was your first pay-per-view. You wanted to keep it in the city that it started, and originally it made sense. We kind of want to run the flagship shows at their home.
Yeah.
We typically always run All Out in Chicago until you don't. And that's the thing is you do these things until you don't. But WWE learned the hard way.
Yeah.
At doing it at WrestleMania of all shows.
Mm-hmm. The one show that part of the attraction is going city to city. And then having WrestleMania itself be themed after the cities. When you're in Orlando.
But yeah, it's not you can't do like a Double or Nothing situation with WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Not 2 years in a row. That's a little crazy.
There's only one place that you could put WrestleMania in and for every single year and create a residency and fans would not complain, and it's Madison Square Garden.
Yeah. Because that's the allure of people love going to wrestling shows at Madison Square Garden.
Even if not Madison Square Garden and just the Giant Stadium in New York. Because
you could do New York a lot because they have done New York a lot. But even then, they still wait about 3 years before running New York again.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. If you're saying, hey, we're going to be here permanently year after year after year, it's got to be Madison Square Garden. Otherwise, people are just not going to be into it. You got to go for the nostalgia trip. There's nothing about Las Vegas that makes wrestling fans go, wow, professional wrestling. Wow, I can't wait to go back there again. You go to Las Vegas one time for 3 days, you never have to go again. And that's kind of the thing. That's why their tourism's down on top of, our government administration just sucking. Not... Yes, to get political, because it's really, it all stems back to the leadership at the very top of the country. That's why we're in the situation that we're in right now. That's why they're not selling tickets, because you got all these international fans that ain't coming. Well, they're not coming.
And not to even, while we're on the political rant, of the two promotions right now, you have one that is taking a particular position and nuzzling up with the current administration.
Yep.
And then you have the other one with Ice Out chants that are getting global coverage.
Yep.
Which one are people in an international audience going to be more willing to go to?
Just start thinking about these things. But make the tickets 50% off, and boy, I might drag you along. So we've done pretty good on time for it so far. But let's go to the blind rankings.
You will really enjoy the list I built this week.
Yeah.
So this was gonna be last week's blind ranking.
Yeah.
Until we went to last minute change it to get a pop out of Rana, which went to gloriously.
Yeah. Just booty bouncing. He ranked his women by who looked the best instead of who actually
but as you're well aware, we are in Black History Month, and I wanted to do a little Black History Month celebration and rank some of the biggest African wrestlers in the
great, because I was literally last night I was going to ask you, I was like, hey, for the last one, can you do like a black
I wanted to at least some point this month do it. But it's kind of it's tough to I already know next week's probably gonna be something chamber related. Yeah, I like to theme them as to what's going on that week.
Ron, I don't think Ron has ever seen a chamber. He's gonna be like, "What is this? BDSM?"
But yeah, so I pulled 10 of what I think are some of the biggest. Grant, I already know there's probably gonna be some omissions. Like there are a lot.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. You could tell I'm ready.
First on the list,
Okay.
Ron Simmons.
This is black wrestlers of all time.
Yeah, I just pulled 10 throughout the history of.
So, God, Ron Simmons. I love Ron Simmons. You know, I met Ron Simmons when I was training, and he had a, and he came and did a signing at a show, and all he wanted to do was watch college football on my phone. He was real cool, man. I'm not gonna lie.
That's awesome.
He was cool. Let's see. Ron Simmons is the first black world champion, so I'm automatically going to put him in the top 5. I'm going to give him number 4.
Okay.
I like this. I'm ready.
Next, Kofi Kingston.
Oh, this is tough already. So Kofi has so many like Royal Rumble spots. I mean, I cried when Kofi Kingston won the WWE title at WrestleMania 35. Like, but oh my God, Kofi won, and God, that stadium exploded. Oh my God, that's one of my favorite memories ever. So Kofi's getting number 5.
What's funny, you and I have different memories of that Mania.
Because I was there.
Next on the list, Bobby Lashley.
Oh, Bobby Lashley. Man, I do got a backstory for everybody. I sat next to his best friend at a house show here because I was in the family and friends section because I got my tickets from Road Warrior Animals family.
Yeah.
Because I used to train with his son-in-law. And that was a good seat, boy. I was sitting right behind Roman Reigns' friends, and I was telling Bobby Lashley's friend, I was like, he cool, I guess. So
I remember because
Yeah.
I remember I got a seat upgraded once because
same show.
we bumped into each other
Yeah.
at a show. We didn't even tell each other we were going to that show. We just bumped into each other.
because it was a house show.
Yeah, and then you were just like, where are you sitting? I'm like, oh, up here. He's like, nah, you're sitting over here.
Literally, you're like censored too. Like, yeah, I'm gonna maintain that same energy that I was giving Bobby Lashley's best friend, and I'm gonna put him at like 8, 9.
He's trying to read me.
I'm gonna put Bobby Lashley at 9, just to be safe. Somebody got to go down there, so it's really no slight.
Really, there's not a bad performer on this list. Next on the list, Naomi.
Oh, so you got women on here?
I do have women on this list.
I love Naomi so much,
I know you do.
so I have to give her this. This is a nuts all-time ranking. I'm gonna give Naomi number 8. I love Naomi. That's why you put her on there.
I do. I remember one time it was like 2017. Yeah, it had to have been because she because it was when the glow gimmick really started off. I remember because there was a T-shirt sale going on.
Get one for $1.
And it was like I bought one and get one for $1. And I was like, hey, you want anything? Because I need something to. And you're just like, give me a Naomi shirt, please. If you're already ordering stuff and it's only $1, and you're just like, I'll pay. I was like, no, you don't have to pay me $1. Like it's just, I just need there's nothing else I want. And so like, do you want anything?
Yeah.
So I bought you a Naomi shirt for $1.
I wore the hell out of that shirt.
And you wore, yep.
I love that shirt.
Next on the list, The Rock.
1. But there's a caveat for Dwayne. He's only black when it benefits his pockets.
That is true.
So that's I'll just leave it at that.
He's someone I was like, I kind of have to put him on the list,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, I know.
You knew I wasn't gonna get to number
Yeah,
1 before he got there too. So that's good.
Oh, Big
Big E. Shoot, is Xavier Woods on this list too?
He is not. I'll tell you.
Big E. Every black man on here has been world or WWE champion so far, and I love that. I
I didn't
that
realize that
much. Big E, I'm gonna put at number. Man, Big E, I can't put him at 10. I just know I'm gonna regret this because Booker T's on this list, and so is Sasha Banks. Unless you put Ahmed Johnson on this list, and I'm gonna be really mad at you. So I'm gonna leave 10 open just for Ahmed Johnson. I'm gonna put Big E at 7.
This one is for me because he's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. You can probably get an idea. Swerve Strickland, first AEW Black Champion.
Okay. Swerve by default has to get the number 10 slot in here for me not because he's not good, but because he's the wrestler that I've watched the absolute least.
No, that makes sense.
Out of everybody else.
This was just for me.
Yeah.
But also, if you're talking about a modern ranking, he's got to be included.
But you know what's funny though? I've seen Swerve wrestle in person quite a few times back when he was Shane Strickland. So this was like 10, 9, and 8, 7 years ago. But I liked him. He was on Evolve and stuff like that.
And he's only gotten better. Like he's just... All right.
I Swerve.
This one's for you.
Okay.
Because I didn't put it last week. Mercedes Moné.
Number 2.
When I did this, I was like, yeah, I gotta put her this week if I'm doing this.
I really appreciate that. Thank you. I love my 1 and 2 right now.
Booker T is next.
Number 3.
And last but not least, another one I know you really like, Bianca Belair.
This list is solid, man.
I think this was actually, there's not a bad name on this list.
I love this.
It just ranges from people you really know versus you kind of know.
This list makes me really happy today.
And honestly, it's pretty. I think your ranking is actually a pretty solid.
Yes. So my all-time black wrestler blind ranking goes in this order: 10, Swerve Strickland; 9, Bobby Lashley; 8, Naomi; 7, Big E Langston; 6, Bianca Belair; 5, Kofi Kingston; 4, Ron Simmons; 3, Booker T; 2, Mercedes Moné, formerly known as Sasha Banks; and 1, Dwayne Johnson. I love this so much. Rocky Maivia. The Rock.
I was doing that. If you just ask someone to rank them without blind range, just like rank these people, that's about probably what you would get.
This is good. I think if you were asking people to blind rank, I agree. It's pretty. I think Booker T and Kofi Kingston would probably be 2 and 3 for most people, especially our age.
Yeah.
This is a good list. Dang, that's good, Justin. God, that's great.
Versus this week, I quickly threw this together because I went to bed early last night, so I did do it this morning. But we got some fun ones this week.
What is it?
First up, we got, and as people know, if you're new to the show, versus the rules are, you have 2 people on a standard size football field. Mm-hmm. They have no powers and no equipment. It is just strength for strength. Who could win? So
we should do a voiceover of that for like an introduction to Versus. A little cartoon little thingy.
Alrighty, first on here we got Alexa Bliss versus Harley Quinn.
Oh, see, wrestlers versus anybody's hard because I feel like the people you pull out, like Harley Quinn, I feel like
she's just crazy.
I feel like she's willing to die out there.
That is also true.
I don't know if Alexa Bliss is willing to lose her life.
Probably not.
I'm taking Harley Quinn off of that. She's nuts. I don't think Harley can fight.
Not really. She's just crazy. She's a doctor, actually.
No weapons, no powers.
But she could take a beating is the thing. Because she used to be, you know, the Joker's henchwoman. Like, she was just out there.
Yeah, but I
just
mean,
getting-
Batman could just pick her up and just walk off, and she'd be like, "Stop!"
That's also true.
Give me Alexa Bliss. Actually, I have more faith in Alexa Bliss in a fight 1-on-1 with Harley Quinn than I do in Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn's willing to lose her life, but that doesn't mean nothing if you can't find something to hit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm taking Alexa on that one.
All right. This one was just this one got a pop out of me. We got CM Punk
Okay.
versus Moon Knight. Because that's one of CM Punk's favorite characters.
CM Punk versus Moon Knight. Well, we know CM Punk can't fight. We've seen that. So I'm taking Moon Knight.
I think if we asked CM Punk who would win between him and Moon Knight, he would probably say Moon Knight.
Yeah, we know Punk can't fight. Sorry, man. I paid for that show. God, dude.
All right. This last one for 2 weeks now since we started this segment, I've been avoiding this one, but I needed something.
Okay.
And we have John Cena
Okay. This is versus Peacemaker.
versus Peacemaker.
Pre-December 13th, I would have picked John Cena to beat the Peacemaker. But now knowing that John Cena gave up, I'm picking Peacemaker. Because Peacemaker would beat someone that gives up. That's it. That's what I got. If you'd asked that before December 13th, I'm taking John Cena all the way. We talking 2006 or 2010 John Cena? Over with. 20 minutes beating him clean. But no, not 2025 John Cena. No chance. Peacemaker's wiping the floor with him and then using him as a mop. Just being honest. Our very last segment, which won't take long.
Yeah, we got some announcements.
Do you think this is a good time to do this?
Yeah.
I was going to do this, but now Rhonda's not here to just smile, while...
No, I more just get to explain all the production stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, because we kind of talked about it last week, but we can really kind of expand. As you guys know, we're kind of we're building the slate up a lot this week,
Yeah.
and so we have some official content announcements this week.
So we're very excited because, as y'all know, or as most of y'all probably don't know, Hot Corner Wrestling is not a podcast. HCW HEAT, the podcast show, which you're watching right now, if you've gotten to this point in the show, thank you very much, is kind of going to be just our for fun, week-to-week podcast, just talk about the things that we see in wrestling and what we like and sit and joke and have an easy time. But HCW is a brand that is going to be about pushing the bounds of what content creation does in wrestling. And the first thing that you'll see with that will be a show called Rana Learns Wrestling. In the show Rana Learns Wrestling, you will have 2 seasons. Each season will total to be a semester. That's about 25 weeks that they will run at a time. And what's going to happen is you'll see Rana sitting in a desk and he will be learning wrestling. It'll be very educational, but still very, very fun and engaging. We're going to take him through the broad and vast history of professional wrestling. There are 10 units. Each unit is 5 episodes. So over these 5 episodes, you'll learn about a different era or a different important piece of wrestling. The goal by the end of Rana Learns Wrestling is for Rana to have become an expert. So
A mark, if you will.
yeah, at the conclusion of each episode, he'll have like a 10-question little Quizlet, multiple choice, of course, of which you guys will also be able to follow along. and we'll keep his grades. And at the end of the semester, you'll have your final, and at the end of the second semester, you'll have your full finals for the year, and then you'll see him graduate. He'll earn his diploma in
Well, also that's
wrestling.
if he passes, because also the grades will be real. We're not
Yeah.
gimmicking that.
Yeah.
That's not.
Yeah.
This is a legitimate test. So we have a lot of it planned out, but it's also possible that he screws this up and doesn't, and then
Yeah.
we got to keep adding seasons because he just can't pass a unit.
And if he fails, that's more work on me because I'm the
that
person that has written the entire 50 episode curriculum.
We haven't built that contingency yet because we're hoping he doesn't, but I guess we also need to build that contingency.
He's a smart guy, and I'm hoping to God that he passes because it was a pain in the butt
So,
to reverse engineer a curriculum.
yeah,
in wrestling.
Rana, I know you're watching right now because you always watch the shows that you're not on.
Yeah.
Actually, you just watch the shows you are on. You just watch the show. But
Yeah, he just loves HCW.
if you fail this,
Thank you.
for adding more content, and we add more lashes on if you fail.
Yeah. 50 lashes if you fail, one per episode.
We're also start selling that on pay-per-view. That's how
Jesus.
we're going to recoup some money.
Please don't fail. Please don't fail. Because we want to graduate to outside of the classroom. Wink, wink.
What else do we got coming soon?
So the next thing that we have is the Josue the Hot Boy show. Folks, I can't tell y'all enough how excited we are for Josue the Hot Boy, the 7th Ward Luchador, the greatest to never do it, the pride of New Orleans. This man,
He's a character.
he's so wonderful. It's so funny. We're going to have so much fun with him. He will leak into everything on HCW content. You will see him everywhere. And he will be fully 100% authentically himself. Of course, I don't know who he is. You know, he's a luchador in a mask. I've never seen him without his mask on, but we'll.
He's a real interesting guy.
Yeah.
We're really lucky to have met him. And,
Yeah. He trained down in Mexico, apparently. I wasn't able to find anything on him, but he claims to have trained, and he says if his neck was good, he'd be the greatest. He said WWE would not be having these ticket sales problems if his neck was in good shape.
But
right now.
hopefully throughout his show we can learn a bit more about him and piece some stuff together. Because we don't really. He's
a mystery.
But he's a fun guy to talk to, and I hope you guys enjoy the show that's gonna come out of it, and we learn a bit more.
Our third and final installment for this spring is the HCW game series. This started as something that would just be like nice and fun, and it's gone into a full-blown production.
Because we talked about it bit of it last week after we recorded the podcast. Like it would be fun to do this, and really over the past week, it's evolved to like we're like we just did some test intros and like we're trying to finalize the look of it and really make it unique in the space because there is a lot of game show style content in the wrestling space. Not that it's a bad thing, it's a very it's a fun thing, but we want to do something that's a bit more out of the box and a bit more unique, while also being fun to watch and fun for you guys to engage with.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. I mean, the location of where it's going is finalized. We've already got most of our contestants penciled in.
We have our host.
Josue the Hot Boy will be hosting the HCW game show series.
You get to see him in 2 shows.
Yeah, just at the start, you're gonna see him in 2 different places. It's funny. I think the way everything's being laid out right now is that he's actually going to do the Captain Marvel thing where he records the game show series before he actually records his own show for the first time.
That might be because game show is a big production.
Yeah.
We're shooting that literally in about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But you guys won't be seeing it till about April.
Yeah.
The plan is to get that out for WrestleMania because it is
WrestleMania themed.
it is WrestleMania themed. And if you guys like the show and we keep doing it, obviously we'll try to do these themed game show stuff.
It'll
hopefully
probably
at least
be
once.
Big Fours.
Yeah, Big Four for sure. But hopefully if we get to the point we can do it once a month, I would
Yeah.
love to do it once a month.
Yeah.
But it's a bigger production that requires a bit more, like, we have to shoot that somewhere else. We can't just do it in our studio right here.
Yeah.
So it requires a bit more moving parts. So
Everything in here kind of has to go with us as far as like our lighting systems, our camera rigs.
we have a little bit of spare of equipment, but not much. So we have to be strategic in what we do and how we do it.
Yeah. So that one's going to be really fun.
But I'm really excited about that. But that's those 3 shows. Expect those probably in the next 2 months. But
I know for sure the first one that they will see is the Hostway the Hot Boy show. And then the second one should be the game series.
Yes.
And then the third in that order should be Round of Learns Wrestling.
Yeah.
Because Round of Learns Wrestling needs a little bit more time to marinate.
Yeah.
That's while I finalize the rest of the scripting for.
So
the first
not only
5
that,
episodes.
it's post production wise, it's probably the biggest edit we have because we're literally going to be shooting episodes in blocks.
That show's going to be a beast for you.
But it's going to be a lot of fun. Ronald Learns Wrestling I will say, we've been talking about that since the start of HCW. That was literally the second show pitched besides the podcast. Was Ronald Learns Wrestling, and I've loved the idea since we've talked about it.
Yeah.
And we've been trying to get it figured out, and also, as you guys have learned, Ronald's schedule is crazy to navigate around. So it's been tough to just find the time to get it, and we're finally have an opening to where we can get that shot, and then we can start getting it out.
I think Ronald Learns Wrestling and Hostway the Hot Boy has been in development for 10 months. And
That was third.
Wrestling has been in development for like 8 months.
We talked about it in the same meeting, because the big 3 shows we talked about in our first meeting was the podcast, which you guys are watching right now.
Yeah.
Ronald Learns Wrestling and Hostway the Hot Boy. So
I did pitch the idea of doing game shows, but I didn't know what that looked like.
We just didn't know what that's kind of, the idea's been there, but that kind of didn't really get concrete till literally last week.
That was our Pixar Diner meeting with the napkin where they wrote like the first 10 years worth of movies.
Basically, it was that, and then we're constantly coming up with new show ideas. I've got something in development that we probably won't see till summer. But the 2026 is our year. We're gonna get a lot more stuff in production, and thank you guys for watching and continuing to support us.
Yeah, we got some good views on the last episode. I didn't even get to put out any shorts, so I think it went like over 60, and I was like, wow,
we did really good. We're building momentum.
We're at 60 subscribers now on YouTube.
And I got nothing else.
You got any shout outs? You want to shout out anybody? Because Ron is always shouting out.
No, I got nothing, but you can always follow us on social media, Hot Corner Wrestling, on everything. That's we're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, even though we're not really upgrading it.
Yeah.
We're on Reddit now. That's all Hot Corner Wrestling. You can buy merch from us on Redbubble. HC Wrestling is the name of our Redbubble store, where you can get everything from shirts, stickers, hoodies, you name it, it is on there. I actually, since I bought a new phone, I ordered an HCW phone case for my phone that comes in like 2 weeks.
Okay.
So, because I wanted to test what they look like, and since I got a new phone, you can get phone cases with our logo or the other logos we got, and we're going to be updating that as much as we can as the shows come out, and we get more logos and more characters in our arsenal to make fun merchandise for you guys to buy.
Because we want you to spend your money with us.
We want you to spend your money with us,
please,
so we can keep the lights on.
Yes,
literally, we have to charge those. That power comes from somewhere.
Yeah, and I pay rent here too.
He pays rent
out of pocket.
We got bills.
Got bills to pay.
No one's sponsoring us yet.
No. Well, off the rope.
Besides off the rope, there goes the neighborhood.
There goes the neighborhood.
I think it's all we got this week. And you got anything else?
I don't. Thank you all. Shout out to the 10s. That's what I call you guys now. You're the tens. Even if there's ever a million of you, you'll still be the tens.
I would love to as we get more merchandise, like at our like 5-year anniversary, we'll do the 10 shirt where we only make 10 of them,
The tens.
and it'll only be available for those 10. So hopefully the people who watch buy that shirt.
Yeah. Hey, well, you'll know.
But you'll know when we drop that.
Hey, same time, same place. Next week, it'll be me here, Rana there, Justin in the chair. Take care.